Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. During the 5-week election campaign last year, the Prime Minister promised to cut power prices by $275 per year on 97 occasions. Prime Minister, people took you at your word, but since the election, the Prime Minister has never made mention of it again. Australians are hurting and your government is making the situation worse, not better. Prime Minister, how can Australians trust you and this government when you continue to fail to live up to your word and to your promise?
Give the call to the Prime Minister.
I thank the Leader of the Opposition for his question, and the Leader of the Opposition would know full well what the circumstances are, and because he came in here in December and voted against energy price relief, voted against $1.5 billion of support on energy policy. And the Leader of the Opposition might be confused because they had 22 announcements but didn't land one. But over in the Senate, over in the other place, they're discussing the safeguard mechanism. The safeguard mechanism, which is the key to driving down emissions by 43% by 2030, but it's also the key for investment certainty. The investment certainty that business has been crying out for. The business certainty that is absolutely necessary. Now, in the predecessor as Prime Minister, of course, now the member for Cook, in September 2018, said this: Angus Taylor has one job, get electricity prices down. That was what he said. Now, the member for Cook isn't known for wanting just one job. That won't be in the biographies that are written about the member for Cook, because multiple jobs were given out to all those opposite.
The Prime Minister will return to the question and not refer to matters not included in the question. I'll hear from the Leader of the Opposition.
Well, thank you very much, Mr Speaker. The question was very deliberate in its construct. There are families who are hurting, struggling to pay their power bills, and they want a straight answer from their Prime Minister.
Order. There is no need for commentary with a point of order. Just going to get the Prime Minister back to return to the question regarding the policy that he was asked about.
Thanks very much, Mr Speaker. And the fact is that Clare Savage, the Australian Energy Regulator, has said that the work that we put in place last December has already made a substantial difference. Philip Lowe, the RBA Governor, says the same thing. The figures today on inflation are promising. We wouldn't put it more than that. We know that people are doing it tough, but inflation is heading in the right direction, which is a positive thing off its peak. And what we need to do is to do further work. We understand that that's the case, and that's what my government's focus is.